it's the Munster Cast. Welcome to the show, we got a blast from the past. Yeah, it's the Munster Cast. You know what it is. Hit like, hit follow, subscribe to the biz. Leave a comment, share, let your thoughts flow.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Munster Cast, the podcast where we watch and talk about the Munsters and Munsters adjacent. I'm, of course, your host, Myke Shrews, here with my co-host and friend, Tivis. So, Tivis, please tell everybody out in the Munsterverse, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. That's actually... Did you watch the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein trailer that came out at Tudun?
No, I did not. I didn't even know
Oh,
it was
dude, it
out.
looks so good. If anyone has missed that, it's been out for like a month by the time you hear this, so go check it out.
Nice.
The next thing is I was browsing Reddit and I noticed a thread. Apparently the Munsters is back on Tubi. Again, this has been for a month by the time you guys hear this, but I guess they took it off and now it's playing again in the Universal Monsters channel.
Okay.
Sounds like the same slot it was before they took it off, but it also sounds like they cut down the episodes to add in the increased commercials, so keep that in mind. But yeah, if you want to go support the official Munsters, go do that. Maybe it'll convince them to release Munsters Today, Mini Munsters, 13 Mockingbird Lane pilot, all this stuff we're missing.
I just typed it into there. It doesn't. The only Munsters thing that pops up is Marineland Carnival.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Unless I think it's just through like one of their live channels.
Yeah, it's through their Universal Monsters channel.
Yeah.
So.
But Marineland Carnival is there too if people want to watch that.
Oh yeah. You can also get that through our affiliate link.
Yeah.
If you excuse me. But yeah, so just a little, again, we're on a delay, a big delay. So news when we get it is going to be late, but it's stuff I heard that I thought was cool. So,
awesome.
Also, happy 4th of July week to everyone in America. And if that doesn't make you happy, just hang in there.
That's why I wore my NYPD shirt. I don't know why. That doesn't have anything to do with 4th of July.
Good mythical.
But I just got this shirt and I like it and it's comfy. So I wore it.
It's because you like The Rookie.
No, I've never actually watched that.
Nathan Fillion, who's been doing it for what, like 7 years now? He can't be a rookie anymore.
Yeah. Well, they keep adding new people, don't they? Like I've seen clips of it.
Know.
So, yeah.
Anyways, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If I'm gonna watch any of them.
Tacoma, what is it? Tacoma PD? Is that a thing? Is that the firefighter one?
I think so. Yeah, for the same people.
Yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah, my dad was a volunteer firefighter, so I might get a lot of laughs out of that.
Yeah. Who was it? Q from Impractical Jokers actually shows up in that show once.
Oh, well, that's fitting because he's he was a firefighter around 9/11, wasn't he? Or am I confusing him with that actor?
I don't know if he was still a firefighter around that time or not. I'm sure he was because that was a long time ago. So yeah, so it probably fits his age around there. Yeah.
Who's that comedic actor I'm thinking of then?
You're thinking of
Adam Sandler's friend.
Yeah. Crap. It's gonna bother me now because I used to always know his name.
It's early, people. Our brains are kicking in. Gary Busey? No, not Gary Busey.
No, it's Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. That dude is awesome. Well, now that we went on a tangent immediately.
Yeah. But he wasn't a firefighter at the time. He just returned to help during.
Oh, that's even more awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's dive on into the dirty business.
Finally get to that stuff.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram via TheMunsterCast and any other social medias via TheMunsterCast. You can also catch our pretty ugly faces every Munster Monday via youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. That's youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. You can also find all of our content in one place. It's going to be at TheMunsterCast.com. That's TheMunsterCast.com. And you can also click the microphone icon on the right-hand side of the screen there, guys, and leave us a voice memo or message, whatever you want to call it, and let us know anything that you want, and we can play it on air as well for you. You can also click the store tab or just go to themunstercast.com/merch and get an awesome shirt for you guys, curated specifically just for you guys out there, the Munster fans and Munster Cast fans alike. So definitely check those out. Take advantage of all of that. If you want to email us, you can also do that via themunstercast@outlook.com. Let us know any of your Munster stories, any of your thoughts about our show, about the Munster show, anything like that, any fan stories you have, all of that fun stuff. We would love to hear it. We like hearing all the information that we get from everybody. You can also do this through our socials as well, through the messenger apps and stuff like that, guys. That's where a lot of people end up reaching out to us at, is through social media. All right, Tivis. So, what else do we got?
We have a Patreon, which, if you support us, you help fund our website, this RSS feed, this this recording that's being put on YouTube every Munster Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern, if YouTube allows it. And you also help, basically all this comes out of our pockets. We keep none of it. You might help us get to Universal to check out that stuff. I shared a video of some of the merch you can get there from the Universal Monsters themed area. Or help us get to Texas and see the Munsters Mansion recreated, Munster Manor.
Yeah.
So, you pitching in any amount helps us immensely, but times are tough. I get it. Don't worry about it. You can also share your love of the show by rating us on the podcatchers that allow it, iTunes and whatever, leaving comments. Spotify allows you to do that now, or they have for at least a couple years. It's not exactly new anymore, but it's still new to me because I don't use Spotify. Commenting on YouTube, liking the video, hitting that subscribe button, the bell if you forget that we post these every Munster Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern, if YouTube allows it. We're every other week now. For the summer. Every other week for the summer. I hope everyone's summer's starting off good, by the way. Also, telling people helps the show a lot too. All this stuff that I mentioned helps us grow the show, get ears on it, also raises hype for the Munsters. We now are aware that there is at least one person at Universal who knows of us. I don't know if they listen, but they know of us.
Yeah.
So they're aware of some of the things we say. Sorry, Wayback Machine. Or Internet Archive. So, yeah. Do that stuff helps us. We like to think it also helps the Munsters in itself. Growth Spotlight helps us get the possibility of an official release of this show. So,
yeah.
Just do your part is all I'm asking. And 5 stars. We love it. We absolutely love to see it, but we want you to be honest with your reviews as well.
Yeah, guys. We appreciate all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, Tivis. So, what are we talking about today?
Beating of your heart. Season 3, episode 17, or the 135th episode if you slam both shows together, aired March 2nd, 1991. We are now a year from my wife being born. Roughly. This was written by Andrew Borokoff. If that name sounds familiar to you, it's because he's wrote some of our favorites. Myke, do you remember The Melting Pot?
Mm-hmm.
Pants on Fire? Thicker Than Water? The Silver Bullet? Making Waves? And Kiss Kiss?
Bang, bang.
A lot of those really good ones. directed by Russ Petranto, and honestly, at this point, there's only 2 episodes left that he hasn't direct or will not direct going forward. One of them is their next episode in 2 weeks, so that'll be interesting. We have one guest this episode, Darlene Cardon as Mrs. Hummer, which I swear they were saying Miss Hummer. So that means someone married this lady. You'll understand when we get into this episode if you didn't watch along with us.
Yeah.
So the first thing she's credited for was appearing as woman in The Golden Girls in 1988. Let's see. Oh, also she was born in 1928 and passed away in 2019 at the fantastic age of 91. Long life. But yeah, so she's already in her 60s, I believe. That's what I said. Yeah, she's just turning 60 by the time she's starting acting, so that's pretty awesome. Let's see. She went on to appear in 30 something, an episode of that. 2 episodes of LA Law. Let's see. She did this episode of Munsters Today. An episode of a show called Jake and the Fat Man in 92.
Jake and the Fat Man.
That's just describing me entirely. My middle name's Jacob. I realize people need to know that for the joke to work. So we got she appeared in an episode of Seinfeld, an episode of Full House, an episode of Third Rock from the Sun. That's a show that doesn't get enough credit.
It's a great show.
It is a great show. An episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh, she was in Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
If you think about it, Third Rock from the Sun is, I would say, a little bit of a modern take of the Munsters, with the fact that they're not normal humans. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I should rewatch that show. I'm gonna put it on my list.
I recently shared on socials like the one clip of the guy from the main character. I gotta rewatch this show so I remember their names. But it was basically like trying to figure out, like, he was like, I don't, all you people look alike. And he was talking to the 2 girls and they're like, wait, what? And he's like, look, I don't see color. Like, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of like Herman's speech in the original series, except it's like more comedic, I would say, in a manner.
How did I miss? Okay, she appeared in.
Oh,
Am I here?
yeah, you're good.
Okay. She appeared in 2 episodes of the show called Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place, which is how this missed me for 81 episodes starring Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
How? How did I miss this?
Wait, the show?
Yeah.
You've never watched that show?
No, I've never heard of the show.
It was like all over ads and stuff like that back in the day, dude, when it came out.
I need to watch this.
Because what year is that? The
98 to 2001 is when it aired.
Yeah.
So just before Scrubs started, and then I think it's one of his last TV roles is on Scrubs.
Because Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place started out as Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place, and then they dropped and the pizza place. Yeah, and it was just 2 guys and a girl.
I'm sure people were disappointed by that name. She appeared on Friends. Everyone Loves Raymond. Malcolm in the Middle. King of Queens. Nip Tuck. Scrubs. Oh, she was in Scrubs as well. What episode? I might recognize her. My Words of Wisdom, season 6. Okay, that's not a bad one. Rules of Engagement. Shameless. I've never seen that, but I know people love it. The last thing listed was in 2013, an episode of Liv and Maddie. Oh, she was also in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, and another connection to the Munsters, Desperate Housewives.
Oh, yeah, because the house is in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome. If you recognize her, there is a clear reason. She's been in a lot of fantastic things with some one-off appearances, but still, sometimes that makes the people more memorable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because you see them more often.
And again, her name is Darlene Cardon. Go check her list of credits out. 91. That's a heck of a run.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got. So I think it might be time.
It's time. It's synopsis time, guys. It's synopsis time. All right, today we are talking about Beating of Your Heart, which aired March 2nd, 1991, as Tivis previously stated. On this episode of The Munsters Today, Eddie and Marilyn take an aptitude test, but this one doesn't just test their brains, it tests their very future. Will it chart their destiny or launch them into a world where the Munsters meet the Jetsons? Will Marilyn stay sweet 17 or struggle to squeeze into a size 17? Will Eddie become a rock god or go full Homer Simpson up top? As our young Munsters traverse through time and space, will they find the world of an Elvis worshipping cult? As Grandpa and MC Leonard travel through time to find the cure for Eddie and Marilyn's downer attitude, will they make it in time, or will the kids look less lifelike than a Democratic presidential candidate? During all of this, Marilyn falls for a snot-nosed kid, and Grandpa breaks the fourth wall with truth bombs in the best Munster cutaways yet. And will chaos ensue? Find out this week on The Munsters Today.
Very good. Very good.
Dun, 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 dun.
So you mentioned it in synopsis time, so let's just get it out of the way now. Did you take aptitude tests in school?
No.
No, we had them, but they didn't deter. There was like, it was kind of like a circle chart type thing. The center's like, things you would most be interested in going into at this time, and then there's like outliers, like similar things that maybe you might want to look into. But it wasn't like, this is what you're good for in life.
Yeah.
That's like some dystopian world where you're assigned this is Futurama. That's Futurama.
I don't remember taking any of those kind of tests or anything.
No. I wish I still had one of mine, because I'd be interested to see, like, did I go anywhere close?
I also went to college, but I never took the SATs or ACTs. Yeah. Figure that one out.
I had to take my ACT twice.
Yeah, I didn't take them. I just didn't.
All right, well.
I don't even know. Yeah. See, kids, it doesn't really matter what you do.
No, it does.
Nope, it doesn't.
All right. Can we get into this thing?
Nope.
How do we open this episode, Myke?
On a fuzzy screen with Grandpa and MC Leonard traveling through time, apparently. Grandpa is talking to the camera as it's fuzzy on the screen.
Breaking the fourth wall.
And Leonard is sitting next to him with sideways cocked hat, sunglasses, and a giant clock wrapped around his...
Flav.
Yeah. Because this was an MC back then.
Yeah.
Apparently for them.
And the camera's like rocking back and forth as they travel. Like, he even mentions, like, the reason it looks so bad is because we're in the time stream. Or
maybe
you also
TV.
You're too cheap for a better TV. And I'm like, all right, that's he's talking about how to travel through time, and it has to do with listening to your heart, and that's what makes vampires immortal somehow. Yeah. Anyway,
their hearts don't beat.
Yeah,
isn't that the whole point of a vampire?
It's hard, it changes back and forth depending on what the writer wants. So he's given this giant exposition dump that ends with him going to find Count Einstein,
the vampire genius of time.
Is this actually Einstein and you people like stole him before he died? Or is this a nickname because he's the master of time, space, and blood, like the actual Einstein?
Yeah. Maybe both.
I think we find out later it's actually Einstein.
Because anytime that he decides that somebody famous is always a vampire for Grandpa. Like
I f-
Schwarzenegger's a vampire for Grandpa.
I feel like these people steal like celebrities. Like, haha, I turned him into one of us. Oh yeah, well I got this guy.
Like
Like it's
it's a
just
little bet.
prestige.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're informed Eddie and Marilyn are in trouble with the time machine again. Leonard asks to drive, but Grandpa demands control over the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we fade into Marilyn crying, reading some novel. I tried so hard to find the novel she's reading because it looks like it's an actual book
Mm-hmm.
and not just a prop. But the author's name is hidden the entire time, so I can't. I got the title. Title's easy to read. It's like The Death of Love. Also, I think Eddie reads it out loud. So
The Death of Love, a fractured fairy tale story, Laurel Black, or The Death of Love by Peter McGar. It's a mystery. So no, I'm gonna say it's The Death of Love, a fractured fairy tale story.
maybe. And like I said, I tried so hard, but the name is so degraded with time. I can't tell.
There's so many. There's even like a graphic novel
Yeah,
called Death
that's what
of
I'm.
Love.
So I tried finding something that looks like the cover, and books change covers so often.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we Eddie comes in is singing about foot fetishes. I'm wondering if this is a reference to Married with Children. Maybe I don't know. It was weird.
And then he notices that she's reading The Death of Love. He's like, "Uh-oh, you're reading trashy novels again. What's wrong?"
Yeah. Why you? Apparently, this is what she does. Instead of listening to sad songs, she gets sad books or
Yeah.
books about romance. Uh, you know, my wife started picking up these books called Fourth Wing. Have you heard of them?
You've told me about them before. I don't
Have
remember
I?
if it was on
Okay.
air or not.
It's wild, man. These books are wild. Uh, yeah. If you had a spouse, buy him for. Or him.
Don't do
Probably
it to
her.
him. Don't do it to him.
No, do it for you. Eddie asks what's wrong, and Marilyn shows off her career aptitude test results. She is destined to be a manicurist, according to Mrs. Howard. Marilyn is crushed because she now has big dreams of being a magazine editor. Once again, ambition for
Mrs.
a different
Howard.
role. Hummer. Mrs. Hummer. I put Howard. I did put Howard in my notes. I don't know why.
I didn't understand her last name until like towards the end because they kept saying it so weird.
Once again, we got her with big ambitions to do. She doesn't want to be the model. She wants to be the editor of the magazine, which specifically a fashion magazine for Vogue or 17.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds more like the writer than the editor to me. You feel like the writer of a TV show would understand the difference of that, but here we are. Uh,
Mm.
it is cool though that she's striving for
Look,
higher than just
it's
superficial stuff.
it's a small magazine, it's barely heard of. No one's ever heard of Vogue or anything back then. So
Yeah,
maybe
there's
she was just
no
like,
song named after that
yeah, I'm just
or a
gonna
dance.
she maybe she was just under the pretense of, oh, I'll be the writer and the editor. Aha.
I just remembered they did the Vogue dance in this show.
Yes. Yes, they did.
It's the dumbest dance ever. And I'm sorry, that is the dumbest dance of all of them, and I mean that. I truly mean that.
Yeah. Well, then Eddie's like shows her his
Yeah,
test.
big deal. I'm gonna be a fry cook. He's basically SpongeBob.
Yeah. And yeah.
what's his ambition there? Because he finally has an ambition after that episode where Herman dragged him around.
He wants to make rock music videos and be a rock god.
Be a
My
rock.
man Eddie, you had that dream.
Yeah,
You let it
last
go.
week.
You let it go, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Eddie's like, why bother listening to her? But Marilyn is frantic. She's like, this test has helped people choose their best career options. Instead of spending years and money going to college for brain surgery, they knew they were destined to be dog walkers instead. And I'm like, okay. So they're really trying to hammer home that this is
a very
you are
important
born with a purpose.
Right. Like the aptitude test reached into the gods of fate magic and figured out your whole future for you.
So Eddie's like, well, have you just giving into this life already? Jeez, I've seen my future, so yeah.
He's like, you haven't seen the future, but you're going to. As they run downstairs to the lab, and she grabs a bag of snacks.
She does. Which, look, road trip snack. You gotta have it.
So then they go down to the time machine, which just happens to be out in the grandpa's lab again. So Grandpa must have recently used it.
Yeah, it must, and it's the same one from last time too.
Yeah,
which is awesome because
from the second time, not the very first time, where it looked like a
this is the
thing.
One that looks like a cabinet with the see-through door.
Yeah,
that they put Herman in. Yeah, no, I'm so glad they kept this one instead of bringing back that weird car thing from the future Kid Apocalypse.
Yeah. So then they go in. That was a cool. I'd like that. Yeah. It reminded me of the Time Machine a little bit more from the Time Machine novel. So, well, actually, it would have been like the BBC version of the Time Machine. Yeah. Anyways, then we get blasted into the future, and the kids are looking up.
Before they do that, Marilyn sets down her snacks and tells Eddie he better not do any wheelies while they're. I thought that was just a funny joke because teenagers.
Yeah. So then we pull out from the kids looking out through the lab door. Tivis, it's just the Jetsons' house.
I didn't even make that connection, but as soon as you said that, I'm like, she is dressed just like Judy.
Yeah. And Grandpa's wearing nothing but like a silver outfit with a silver cape, silver gloves. They got the TV there was a real TV back in the day, but it's still like made to look super futuristic and everything like that. I forget what those TVs are called, but they're expensive now. I've wanted one for forever just because it does look futuristic. Like, granted, we have flat screens now, but I'm like, no, screw you. I want that TV. Give me it.
So yeah, they pop their head out of the trap door, which is cool. I'm glad they did this because for a long time they've been scared to actually film them going down the trap door since the Howard concussion incident from season 2.
Oh, come on. These people won't even tell me what it's the legit name of it. Literally on the listings online, they just call it vintage Jetson style television set. That's literally what they're calling this. Are you serious? Every one of them. 9 Jetsons ideas, mid-century Jetsons. Oh my gosh.
There's also some other changes around the house too. The pink shag carpet.
Yeah.
And these weird colorful folding screens they put in front of the organ. Also, the mummy's gone. Maybe he woke up.
Yeah. I had that in my synopsis at first. I was gonna bring up like the mummy not being there, but I was like, no. But yeah, maybe he's on his adventure right now because of what we find out is going on.
What, 300 years?
Yeah.
Even though we find out it's only been 15. So
it's only been 15?
Yeah, we get that.
Those kids look rough for 15 years more.
Yeah. So the TV's giving a report on an elvish Krishnas. On the elvish Krishnas. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think
The
so.
newest, fastest growing religion. Grandpa looks bored. Lily asks Grandpa when the Elvis craze will finally end. In walks Herman in the signature costume that Elvis stole from Captain Marvel comics that he read as a kid. If people didn't know that, yeah, that's what he did. He was a big Captain Marvel fan as a child. So when he designed his flamboyant costumes, they were inspired by that. Or today he's called Shazam due to copyright issues. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
the original Captain Marvel from Fawcett Comics.
So I found one of the
Oh,
TVs.
you
I'm sorry
did.
I got on it. It's called the Philco Predicta. Is the TV that they
All
have
right, let me see
in there?
this.
There
Philco
is an image for you
Predicta.
on the screen.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, just put an image up for you guys.
It's got Hank Hill. How appropriate.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that there's watching King of the Hill on it. But yeah, these TVs, I've wanted one of these guys for forever. I found one before, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I don't know if it works or not, but you can have it for like 300." I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like, "You don't even know if it works? Come on, dude. I
How
want to
much
be
money are
able
you
to
going to
watch."
sink into fixing it?
Right. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry about that, guys.
So no, I'm glad you found it. I have seen those TVs before. I just didn't know what they were called.
That specific one that I just had on screen was from 1958.
Ooh. So
Yeah.
Herman comes, walks over to Lily, asking for a snack in an Elvis voice, and it really looks like Lee is having trouble keeping it together during this scene.
Yeah.
Uh, she then hands him a juice box, which I'm confused, but I'm also not going back to re-listen to what it is she handed him exactly because it was kind of hard to understand him.
Mm-hmm.
So Lily then shouts at Grandpa, who is apparently hard of hearing now, if he wants an apple, but he doesn't get his false fangs until next week, so he turns her down. She warned him to brush after every jugular when he was younger.
Yeah. I'm gonna put an image up on the screen too for everybody to see. This is Lily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
it
you're
kind of looks
welcome.
like a mix of Jetsons and who's Marvin the Martian and what's that remake that Robin Williams did where he played the alien?
Mm,
Nanu Nanu. My favorite
remake.
Martian.
My favorite he wasn't in My Favorite Martian.
No, what was that? What was his Martian?
Because My Favorite Martian, wait, the movie, right?
Yeah, Robin.
That was Christopher Lloyd.
Chris. Yeah, he was. Robin Williams was the original. He's the one who revolutionized
No, he wasn't.
TV.
No, you're thinking of Mork and Mindy, dude.
Yes, Mork. That's it.
I was like, wait, what?
And yes, he did revolutionize TV.
Yeah, but Mork and My Favorite Martian, the original show was before Robin Williams' time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you would have just said Robin Williams TV Alien, I could have told you it was Mork and Mindy, because then because it was a spin-off show from what was the spin-off from? I don't remember.
That would be the jukebox hitting guy, Happy Days.
Was it that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Happy Days. Because they just randomly have an alien show up in Happy Days.
Oh, I forgot Chris
Hey.
Lloyd was in that movie. I need to rewatch that movie now from 1999.
And here's an image of Grandpa.
Yes. I love he just seems he's also got a medal. What's the medal for?
No, that's his thing he's always worn.
Oh, is it his brooch?
Yeah.
Really, I've never noticed. It was probably because it sticks out more on the silver.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, uh, it's, this is when Eddie and Marilyn rush up, asking what is going on. I'm like, they're clearly just watching TV. I don't know what.
Yeah. They're like,
Liz,
Eddie, Marilyn, you're young again.
yeah, UGA. Like, what? No, we came from the past. What is wrong with you? Uh, so they hear a broken down car die outside or something, and they're like, "What is that?" And her's like, it's that's future you, Eddie. And it's not even like an Elvis voice at this point. He just sounds so defeated.
Yeah.
So Lily's like, all right, you guys should probably leave before you meet your future selves. And he's like, no. I want to see how much better I look. He has been obsessed with his hair this whole episode, by the way. He's like brushing it every now and then, like in every scene he's doing it. And that
Yeah.
is important. I make note of that because it's important. Herman's like, well, you ain't nothing near a hound dog. And again, the most defeated voice ever. And he's like, come over here, watch for yourself. So they go around the corner. In walks Future Eddie.
Future Eddie. And Eddie, he kind of looks like uh crap. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Oh,
Part 2, I think it is.
Oh, the bully. You're talking about the bully.
A little bit, yeah.
What the heck was his name?
Biff.
Biff.
Dang
it.
But I was thinking more so old
Old Biff.
No. Old Marty. There we go. I'm trying to remember names.
I don't remember old Marty.
Right before he gets fired.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'd never cared for Back to the Future.
Wow. Okay, never mind then. Moving forward.
Yeah. Sorry.
So Eddie sees him take his hat off. He's like, "Where's my hair?" And Marilyn's like, "Hey, you may have lost your hair, but you gained 2 chins."
And do then you remember what Eddie says when he comes home to his exciting news?
No. You're talking old Eddie, right?
Yeah, future Eddie. He's like, I just got told by my boss that if 4 other employees quit or die before me, they'll consider me for assistant manager. And he's got a voice. He's putting on a voice.
Yeah.
Future Eddie has like, I can't, is it like Boston kind of?
I think it's just more raspy.
It is a different kind of voice, but I am glad that they have Jason playing him, or was it Jason or James? I always confuse them.
Oh, Tivis. It's Jason, by the way.
That's what I thought. I always, I don't know why every single time I say it out loud.
James, is it James Marsden too? Right, the guy from Sonic and stuff.
Yeah. How dare these people have similar names? They're
not related. Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have you have Jason Marsden, James Marsden, then you have James Marsters, which is from
you're gonna screw me up even more.
So I'm just gonna stop so you don't. James Marsters is awesome though.
So yeah, who were you saying was walking in now?
So as soon as Lily says that, or Marilyn says that line, the double chin line to Eddie, in walks old Marilyn. A whole lot of Marilyn.
She's only 30, by the way. She's not that old. She's younger than me now in the future.
Yeah. They basically gave her like really wide hips because her mid region is still pretty small.
Yeah, I've seen people like that, so they didn't give her a
Yeah, Kim
weird,
Kardashian.
Well, that's because of injections, but there's actually people,
I know.
normal people like that.
Yeah.
So I did. It was, they put her in a fat suit, but it was not an unrealistic fat suit. Just like with
Yeah.
Eddie's, his also pretty. I could believe that.
Yeah.
They could have gone way worse with some of the jokes they've made back then. And the very sad reality is that after 15 years, this is probably going to happen regardless. It hits a lot of people. You don't even know. Like, even if you get the most discipline you can get young, you get bad genetics, you're screwed. Like, 1 year of college and Taco Bell turned me into this. So I used to weigh 180 pounds when I started college.
Don't let Tivis put that into your guys' future brains. Any young people out there, don't let that.
No, still try. I'm just saying,
decide.
if you don't succeed,
Tivis, you're
don't
going
be
along with
discouraged.
everything Miss Hummer's pushing on people.
No, I'm just saying, some people have just lost the genetic lottery, and I'm sorry. Continue to try to be healthy, but don't get depressed over it if it's really hard for you. Like, that's not abnormal.
Okay.
So
Or just don't be fat.
that's not an option for
Look,
some people.
I'm fat. I'm working
You
on
say
it.
that, but I'm like 3 of you. All right, so
Fat is perspective.
yeah, you're also tall, so that evens out.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's
come
just-
across on screen, but Myke is very tall.
I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall.
You're taller than me.
Anyways, this is when Eddie says, "Yeah, well, it looks like the only writing you did was put the words Goodyear across your stomach."
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the words Goodyear are not on her stomach. He was just making a fat joke.
It would have been
Very
hilarious if she
tame.
was sponsored.
Yeah. And Marilyn can't take it anymore, so she walks out there.
Yeah. Also, Marilyn has a weird accent as well. And I gotta be honest here. Like, the hair and makeup team did such a good job on Marilyn. I cannot tell that that's actually Hillary.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously, I tried and tried and tried. I cannot put their faces together. They did an amazing job.
You can tell by her eyes.
Ugh.
For sure. Yeah, no, the kids did a great job doing the older stuff.
Do you think if I print out a photo of old Eddie and take it to him to sign, if he'll laugh?
That'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I got one for you. Here you go. Hey.
Oh.
And then
What is he holding?
It's his hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have older Marilyn. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Marilyn has had enough.
Yeah, she walks out. She's like, "What the heck did you do to us?"
Who's this bimbo?
Oh.
And Lily's like, "That's you from the past, dummy. I don't remember being that skinny. That's probably why Kenny Snotman married me." Marilyn's, you married the nerdiest kid from school? Why?
Is Snotman his real last name?
Yes. And that means that she's Marilyn Snotman, probably.
Maybe she's a hyphenate. Maybe.
Yeah, young Marilyn's like, why? And I think Eddie explains he went into the grocery business.
Is she Marilyn Munster?
Yeah, that's what she's credited as.
In this show, she's Herman's niece, right?
Yes, which means
in the
it would
original
be
show, she
her brother,
was.
then?
In the original
Or his
show,
brother?
she was Lily's
Lily's
niece.
niece.
So she couldn't have been a Munster.
Yeah, they called her that. Maybe they adopted and changed her name. Who knows? We don't know what kind of family they would had to be forced to leave.
Make it make sense, people, please. All right. They tried calling her Marilyn Munster in the movie where we went to her house, where her parents were.
Well, in the 90s movie, she was also Herman's niece.
She was a Hyde.
She was. You're right. Yeah, it was Herman's sister.
I hate all this. All right,
Yeah.
Don't overthink this.
Marilyn's husband went into the grocery business. Do you think that means he opened a successful one, or he's just working in one?
I don't know, Tivis.
Because either way, he's probably screwed. Amazon's going to come along and destroy his business. Eddie's turn now to yell at himself. He's like, "What are you doing? Why aren't you making rock videos? I ain't got the talent for that." Marilyn says they need to get out of this depressing time, and Grandpa asks them to pick something up, but for life of me, I cannot understand what he's asking for because he's talking like this.
I played it back a few times. I could not understand what he said.
Whatever it is, they stop making it, and he desperately wants it. God, I wish I knew what he was saying. Yeah. Aspartame or something like that.
Got no clue.
Yeah. So we fade back into the time stream
where Grandpa and MC Leonard are there talking.
They're teaching us about Einstein's theory of the speed of blood, which is much more important than his theory on the speed of light. And re-emphasizes that the only way to beat time is to be one with the beating of your heart. And then a heart noise begins playing.
Don't do what somebody else says you should do with your life. Do what you want to do.
And there's the whole lesson for the episode. You can leave before the commercial break.
Dun, 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 dun.
Eddie and Marilyn's problem is they're listening to Mrs. Hummer's heart. I put Miss because I thought there was no way she was married. It's got him and Leonard very worried.
Yeah. So up pops the kids from the time machine.
Like pop like they jump out of the machine.
Yeah. And Eddie's like, what the heck is up? We can't live like that. And instantly, Marilyn goes to eating.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're hungry? Well, if that's what I'm going to go look like, I might as well start getting ready now.
Eddie even wants to go back and like, maybe we should double check that that's actually our future.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, she just gave up on life, like right here. Is that a bag of pork rinds, by the way?
I think so.
Oh, I hate pork rinds. My dad loves them.
So basically, the kids supposed to just start eating.
Yeah.
As the parents watch them going into a giant.
Well, before that, in the basement, Eddie's like, I guess I should apply for a job, and also hair club for men, because even though he accepts that's his future, he is not going to give up that hair.
Good for you, Eddie.
That's still some hope left in her, while Marilyn just shares her snacks, and we finally get the commercial.
Hey, man, if he has a nice head of hair, you never know. Maybe he'll find himself a woman that can take care of him financially.
Yeah, we know Marilyn's married, but not Eddie. Marilyn apparently is just coming to visit her aunt and uncle instead of going home to her married life. So, yeah, we return from commercial break to the scene Myke was setting up with the adults, staring at the children who are just eating
their sorrows away.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Actually, weird thing happens when I get real sad. I lose my appetite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forget what happened, but right after my senior year of high school, I think just before I met Victoria, something happened that I literally didn't eat for like 3 weeks and lost 15 pounds. I was my mom was about to send me to the doctor.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I need to get sad.
We can fix that.
Yeah, I've trained
Also,
my brain.
there
Oh,
there's a clip of
yes,
Shazam
Herman.
Herman, just so
Oh,
people see on screen there. There we go.
this is why you should check out our YouTube videos.
Yeah, because those three aren't in any of the pictures this week.
Nope. Uh,
Sad.
so Grandpa's like, or no, Herman wants to call a doctor, but Grandpa says, "Why bother? We have an electric chair. They do the same thing." And like, we are no longer in the Dark Ages, and he is very happy to be
Why
reminded of
ruin
this.
that for me?
Yeah, well, you got to kick an old man in the teeth.
Yeah.
So Lily does the sensible thing and tries to talk to the children.
Don't do that.
It's like, hey, Marilyn, how's your class president, captain of the soccer team boyfriend? I left him for Kenny Snotman. And Herman's like, is that greasy kid with the Coke bottle glasses who always has a runny nose? Yeah, real hunk.
She's
So,
like just setting it up. How does she know that that's the right way of doing it? Maybe, her doing that is changing time, which means that she's going to end up with someone even worse.
yeah, there's a Doctor Who lore with what's going on here. It's if you see your future, it cements it. But if it's still in flux, you can fight against it. Doctor Who's weird. I love it. This I loved the new 2-season arc we got from Disney. It was great.
Well, it's why they go on about the whole you shouldn't know when you're going to die type thing, because then if you know, you're going to be worried your entire life, one, about that instance, and two, you're going to try and stop it, and you're never
Or
going to stop it. You're going to end up creating it.
the devil's advocate of that is you know when you're going to die, so it doesn't matter what else you do. Go out and live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
But notice the people that say that don't mention that you can still be seriously injured.
Or you could change the course of your life anyways and die faster.
Now, if it's set in stone and you know exactly when it's going to happen, regardless of what you do.
So if I know that I'm going to get shot on the street and that's how I'm going to die,
Yes.
period.
Yep.
I can go jump out of a plane without a parachute and live.
Somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that, people, please.
Don't.
If
We
you
are
have
not
to-
advocating for stupid things. Also, if
Anyways.
you know the exact time you're supposed to die, why, how? Let us know how. And don't tell me that someone read it to you in the cards. Don't waste your money.
Anyways.
Yeah, so Lily changes to Eddie and asks, how's that job at the TV station going? Which I'm like, well, that's kind of cool continuity because, we got him being sucked into the TV before. We know that he's interested in, music videos. That is really good progression for the character. It totally makes sense. He quit it.
Right. Yeah.
He's now a janitor at the food place, which is a name that I refused to write down the entire time because I just didn't want to push the back button on my video.
Fat Bellies or something?
I don't remember.
Pork
Burger
Bellies?
Barn.
Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. But anyway, Eddie's like, got to start from the ground up. Rock videos are a waste of time. So Herman finally has had enough.
He's only... How old is he supposed to be now? 15? He's only 15.
Yeah.
How is he getting these jobs as a janitor? Or
I mean,
like the TV one, I can say. I can see the TV one because it could just be an internship for the students, but the janitor job, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're messing with
Anyways,
some pretty. Well, I guess this is like early '90s. They probably didn't have a lot of those protections in place that we might not have much longer anyway. So Herman finally has had enough. He's like, "What is going on?"
and
We
then they
took our
break.
aptitude test,
Yeah.
and this is our future. So we're just accepting it. And Lily is the most enraged I think I've seen her in this show in a long time. She demands they call Mrs. Howard to the house immediately. Or Mrs. Howard.
Miss
Mrs.
Hummer.
Hummer. Mrs. Howard. I'm going to Big Bang Theory now.
Yeah, so she calls her, and then we go to the next scene where Marilyn is just eating crap on the couch, and Eddie's like cooking
He's
burgers.
practicing flipping things. I don't even think it's a burger. He's just flipping something.
Yeah, it's a burger.
Is it a
Yeah.
burger?
Yeah. And then it rings the doorbell.
Marilyn also makes a comment that she's annoyed she's not getting fat faster. And I'm like, that's because you're young. Just wait. It turns off for most people. But Eddie offers to bring home French fries to help.
Yeah.
And Grandpa's trying to read in the background, getting very distracted by the two of them. And I don't know if it's their conversation or just they won't shut up. Because with him, it could be either.
So then the doorbell rings and we get them going over there, and Herman answers the door. And I gotta post this picture too. There's a giant picture of Medusa in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I never noticed that before.
Laughing at Herman's reaction to her.
Yeah.
She stares at him a long time too. They don't understand each other.
So if you look on the background, and no one can see me. So you have the Medusa picture, and next it's crooked, and next to that you have this giant rug tapestry that's on the wall, but it's covering part of that doorway. Herman has to hit that every time that he walks through, right?
I didn't even know there was a doorway there. Where does that even go? The organ's on the other side. Oh, maybe that's how they fixed the organ.
Well, back in the original series, over there is where the phone was.
Oh, maybe they did have plans for the phone and just didn't have the money to do it.
Because they had that casket phone that pulled out.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because we never... Well, no, we have seen the set from that... Well, not that exact angle. We've seen that side.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, now I'm curious. I want to ask someone about that. Because maybe they planned on doing the phone and they ran out of budget for it.
And then they just put the phone next to the couch like a normal 90s family.
Yeah.
Although we never had a phone next to our couch. It was always in the kitchen, just mounted to the wall.
Yeah, it was at a place you had to go walk to get.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Lily like greets her, and this lady is, speaking of Big Bang Theory, this lady is basically Sheldon Cooper. She demands to know why they interrupted her lunch, throwing her body out of its usual routine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, get in there and look at those two.
She walks in there as Grandpa's in the background with the mummy hanging out. And she comes in there and she's like, well, it looks to me like,
aside from an alarmed increased body odor from pork rinds, they look fine. Lily's like floored by this. Like they've lost all hope at good futures. Hope isn't something you can measure, although the government's working on it.
Is that how Obama got president? On hope?
Hopes and dreams.
They measured hope.
I think she's only about 5'8".
What?
I don't know. It's a common name, so I'm just making a dumb joke.
Okay. This is when Miss Hummer's like, yeah, well, they were made to be like this. Their aptitude test made them this way.
Yeah, I
You
love
know,
Grandpa's reaction.
he's like, "Were you dropped on your head as a child?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Would you like me to do it right now?"
And he says it too as like the most deadpan thing, the casual conversation. It's
Yeah.
so Howard is amazing in this role.
And then Marilyn jumps up and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Hummer. They don't mean it. They're just being rude."
Yeah, you're just trying to save us times or save years of our life of trying to do something that we had no talent for. Grandpa, why is she doing something she has no talent for? Working with humans. It's her reaction is why I never, and Grandpa turns that into a innuendo, saying she might want to try it. It'll mellow her out.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got here with that, but it is a great line to basically saying she needs to get laid. But she's married.
That doesn't mean anything.
That's true.
Like,
There's lots of people in loveless marriages.
I was gonna say,
She could also be
boy,
divorced and just kept it.
you say it like it's a baby. She just kept it.
The name, yeah. I mean, my mom kept her name.
Yeah. So then she takes off. And
She leaves immediately.
the grandpa is like, "What is wrong with you guys? Like, what the heck? How do you know? What do you think this is gonna do for your future?" He's like, "Well, we checked." And it's like, "Oh no. You didn't use the time machine, did you?"
What do you mean you checked?
It's no big deal, Grandpa. Wait, what? No, seeing your future means you will become what you saw. Which does make sense with your theory of the whole Doctor Who thing, because Grandpa has made lots of Doctor Who references.
Oh, he has. There's someone clearly a fan of the
Yeah.
show.
It's like, basically, you're gonna have to go and convince your older selves to change if you want to change.
But what if we can't?
Yeah.
I heard the burger joint has a great dental plan, which I am in doubt because no one has great dental. Teeth are the least important thing next to being able to see in this country. Because our privatized health system is a joke.
It's not much better everywhere else.
Well, there's a lot of places that figured it out better than us.
So then we go back to the future.
Wow, with the time stream first.
Oh yeah, with Grandpa. Yeah.
Yeah, they're telling us how he didn't realize the machine wasn't used. He's like, I just wouldn't. I don't use it that often, other than to visit Madonna's apartment. This is like the third reference to him sleeping with Madonna.
Yeah.
When we then get some kind of weird whistling noise, and it turns out that's Mrs. Hummer's heart. It's leading the kids to a terrible future. And that's when we're back in the future.
They went
And
back. They went back to the future.
this is where we find out it's been 15 years. Marilyn, this
Why
is
did
what
they call Back to the Future the first one? They never went to the future. They went back to the present. Sorry. Let's move forward.
Oh, he's in the past trying to get back to the future in the first one.
He's getting back to the present time. That's not the future.
It's the future for everyone else.
It's his present time. No.
Technically, no, he did arrive before he left, so he technically arrived in the past still.
He arrived like a couple minutes in the past.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I could go into a long rant to why those movies don't make sense, but I won't.
I like the theory that Marty died so many times and Doc just went back in time to save him. That's why.
Oh, so it's Rick and Morty.
Doc is always there at the exact time to save Marty because he knew exactly when he was going to die each time.
I think you just solved why I enjoy Rick and Morty so much, because it's basically making fun of Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
And everything I find ridiculous. Anyway, so here's what the kids try to get their lives back on track. First, we have Marilyn giving herself a diet, which she then immediately cheats with a giant slice of cake.
Just like this way you can look 17. He's like, the only thing 17 about me is my dress size.
Which women's clothing sizes are stupid. Every company has a set of numbers that don't line up together. Like, I get they don't want to be embarrassed by having just what guys do with our waist sizes. But it's so stupid there's no universal system for them. That is why I will never buy clothing for my wife.
That is why Tivis will never be a woman.
Well, there's a couple different reasons for that, but
all right, so then we go into the montage of Marilyn's eating some like what was it, broccoli? I think
grape.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She can't stand it, so she spits it out and grabs out a chunk of chocolate cake. Thing looked like the chocolate cake from Matilda, guys. Like, and she just had it wrapped in a napkin, but it's this like big piece that just she pulls out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from.
I call BS on this scene, by the way, because I enjoy my junk food. I still enjoy a good grape and a salad.
Just one grape.
Yeah. Just one. You gotta make it last. You pick one off of that thing, you got it for like 3 months while it slowly shrivels up and poisons you.
Yeah. I've like every so often I'll try and grab the grapes out and make my wife, well, not make my wife, get my wife. That sounds better. Get my wife to feed me like a king, like Caesar.
See, no, because then sometimes the stem comes off and you gotta pluck it out of your mouth. That's a pain. Just rip them off and throw them in a bowl.
You're such a baby, Tivis.
I enjoy taking the hassle out of things.
Anyways, so she chews up this big piece of cake, and young Marilyn's watching, and she's just like in disgrace. She's like, ugh. So then we go to Eddie, who is working out.
Yeah, that's his big plan, is to make him work out.
He can't pick up the weights.
The
They're only worried about their physical appearance, not their actual.
Yeah, they're not trying to fix the mental issues that are causing them to be stuck.
Yeah, I know, like health will help with your mental health in some ways, but there also has to be some kind of work on there as well.
Yeah, you got to get them to the point where they're ready for that.
So then Eddie's he can't work out. He barely picks the thing up. He drops it. Then he's like, done. I'm done.
He tries to do a push-up, does it incorrectly. I can't tell if he's doing it bad on purpose or because of the fat suit. It's really difficult to tell, but yeah, he just goes and watches TV.
And then Eddie comes out again. Well, young Yeti's just like disappointed. So then we see older Eddie walk back in with like a wig on.
They're not that. He's 30.
He's old.
Yeah, he's got a Trump wig on.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even make that connection until my second time watching this episode, and I'm like, again?
Yeah. He walks in, looks at the mirror, and Marilyn walks in with her glasses and hat, French hat. I don't remember what they called it.
Oh no, that hair. You know who it looks like more than Trump? It looks like Fred from Scooby Doo.
I was gonna say it looks more like the uncle from Christmas Vacation.
No, his is less blonde and more flat. No, this is like the exact shape as the Scooby Doo cartoon, Fred.
Yeah, I guess. Yep. So he tosses the wig and she tosses the glasses and hat And now they're
Yeah, what
like,
is that
hey,
French hat looking thing? What is that called?
it's not a beret, so I'm not sure what they call those ones.
Oh, I figured you would know. I even have here on my notes saying, "Go ahead and make fun of me for not knowing."
Let's see. It is. Oh, I guess it is. It's just a different type of beret. Yeah,
Really? Hmm,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Um. So then we go back to another scene where they're sitting back down.
Oh, you know who Eddie resembles from uh, Jetsons?
Huh.
The boss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
the
bit.
short boss.
Yep.
Spacely.
Jetson. Um. All right. So basically, the two older ones are like, "Well, what the heck do you expect from us? We're not going to change overnight.
Yeah.
When are you?"
You're asking too much. And Marilyn's like, I don't think asking an adult to brush their 12 remaining teeth is too much.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, well, when are you going to change?" And they're like, "Never. Face it, we are your future," they say.
Yeah. So,
This is when I would then kill my future self. Uh,
well, we either
I-
change or die by our own hands. What now?
like think about it. If you go to the future and kill yourself, if suicide's not illegal, then can you get in trouble? And just take over their life from them moving forward.
I mean, technically, it's not physically you, it's still murder. You're murdering yourself
It's
in
still
that
myself.
context. It's the not physically you, though.
Looper, baby. Looper.
I never
Yeah.
seen that movie.
Oh, you suck so bad.
I know. I want to.
I saw you about to say that too right before you even said it. I just saw it in your face.
I have heard the book is much better.
I haven't read the book. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah. We go back home where the kids
Yeah.
are just comatose on the couch. Like they're sitting there looking like they're watching TV, but there's no sounds. That TV is off.
Yeah.
They are just reflecting on life, and I get it.
And Marilyn comes in, or Lily comes in, and she's like, Marilyn, why don't you go out? There's no more curfew. You can stay out all night if you'd like.
Yeah. Herman's like, Eddie, there's 3 cheerleaders in a Ferrari outside for you.
Porsche.
Porsche.
He says Porsche.
Whatever.
Well, he says
Porsche.
Porsche, but it's Porsche.
It's Porsche.
And they want to go for a drive with you. Nope, nothing. He's like, I've seen Democratic presidential candidates look with more lifelike in them.
Wish we still had that. Now we just got crypt keepers everywhere.
That's it. Yeah. I'd vote for the crypt keeper though.
See, I don't know. He seems pretty sadistic.
Exactly. He'd just take care of all the issues. There would be no issues. He would just kill them all.
We fall into some of those
issues. You'd never find them, but the crypt keeper would take care of all of them. And then he would end every presidential speech with that laugh. Well, that was way too never mind. We're gonna move on.
He went little penguin with it. So in the lab, Grandpa is continuing breaking the fourth wall. Him and Leonard Leonard is in a iHeart Spanish chick shirt, and I almost asked you to buy this shirt to wear for this episode because I know you would.
Oh yeah, I had to use this as a part image for the show because I was like, yeah, I love that.
I didn't want to ruin the surprise for you in the episode, but I seriously almost was like, go buy a iHeart Spanish shirt.
I wonder if there is one.
You know there is. So they just got back from seeing Count Einstein.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. Oh, no. That Lily's like, let's take them down to the lab. Grandpa should be back from visiting Count Einstein. That's when we go to the lab with Herman.
There's a bunch of iHeart Spanish girls, not chicks. So I'm gonna have to create this shirt.
Yeah, Grandpa comments on the Spanish chicks, and Leonard does a bad hand motion that I'm chalking up the puppeteering's fault.
Yeah. Well, they were in where they were Barcelona, right?
Yeah. It's just the hand thing that Leonard does is suspect.
Well, he's got his fingers like this. So it's kind of like that. That's what he's doing.
Stop doing that.
It's this. He's got his pinky and his thumb up.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do anything, so they just went like that.
Yeah, there you just went and did it. Just went and did it. All right, YouTube.
Here, let me grab my cup real quick and make sure I can hold on to it.
Everyone, take screen grabs.
Make sure that stays nice and
so Albert
warm.
said all he has to do is remind the kids of the sound of their own hearts again. And he's like, I hope it works.
Yep. And it just so happens that the kids are coming downstairs right at this exact time, breaking the fourth wall into the normal stuff.
They're getting real delirious too. Eddie starts shouting for more burgers, and Marilyn's like, I don't know, torturing someone.
Yeah, I don't even know.
You're soaking in it. You're soaking in it.
Yeah.
What is this manicure stuff or what? So Grandpa grabs some stethoscopes and puts it on them. They're like, here, listen. They hate what they hear. It's like a lawnmower hitting beer cans. And that's Mrs. Hummer's heart. Listen past that. And Eddie's like, he's real concerned now. Is I don't hear anything. Then they die.
They basically die. Yeah.
This is the most unexpected thing in any episode of anything I've watched. Hey, Grandpa starts yelling at them. No, don't do that. Listen.
Listen to your heart. You must listen to your heart.
Don't die, stupid.
This is the first time we also get a close-up of Herman's like hand, really, with his arm showing, and you see all of his hair coming through the paint on his arm.
Oh, I always imagined Herman was a hairy fella.
I don't think we really saw that in the original series, though.
Other than his hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes his werewolf hands.
His werewolf hand, yeah. All right, and then Eddie starts to hear some rock music in his heart.
Yeah.
Which, guys, worry about that if you hear rock beats in your heart.
I think Marilyn's is worse. She's hearing multiple things.
Yeah.
The typing and cameras and heels on a runway. Like, that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah. So then they're done. And they're all back.
Herman's like, is this normal? And I don't know. This is my first time doing this. Eddie, would you make a video for a rock band if asked? And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, I don't know. Where's my spatula? Said, Marilyn, if Cosmo asked you to write an article, would you? Oh, I'd send them 20. It's a waste of time. I can't write. So Grandpa's like, okay, here's what we're going to do now. Marilyn, come over here to the computer. Start typing. Eddie, here's a camera. Do something. So Eddie starts playing music as Marilyn's typing.
Yeah.
And she's like, Eddie's like telling his parents, get into it. And Marilyn's like, oh, this is easy. I'm writing a book. And that's a joke, by the way, from an old YouTube meme of someone just banging on a keyboard back when Miley Cyrus released her autobiography.
Making a book.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me. Yeah. So then we go into credits.
Well, first they thank him. They're like, thank you, Grandpa. And Eddie's like, yeah, thanks for reminding me that we can do whatever we want. And Grandpa's
that's
like,
not yet.
It is. It is. He's like, not everything. If you touch my time machine again, I'll kill you.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm wondering if this is how they write out the time machine because we've seen it a lot, but I'd be cool if we never see it again.
How come we never had this issue when Herman and Grandpa went to the future?
That's true.
I guess Grandpa doesn't have a heart, so it doesn't really matter. And
Mm.
Herman, maybe Grandpa
Well,
just wiped his memory.
Grandpa does state that going to the heart, believing what Miss Howard said is true, is what caused it to cement in place. So Herman is
Mm.
such a wandering soul. I can't believe that he'll be cemented in any thought for very long.
What about when they brought like Genghis Khan and them into the future, and then they read about themselves and how they're gonna die?
Well, maybe that's just how we get it to stick, and Genghis Khan doesn't stick around for.
Well, maybe he completely changed history, and Genghis Khan was like, you know what? Instead of killing all these people, I'm just gonna chill.
Can I just say, with Marilyn typing, I love that the green glow is back from the computer monitor. Like that has been a consistent thing, and I like it.
Yeah.
But it also makes me wonder if when they're there staring at the screen, if it's just one of those green light bulbs blinding them.
Yeah. Anyway, we go to the credits and then we come back for our end credit scene.
Mhm.
Wow, I can't believe you did an expose on Miss Hummer. Yeah, it was weird. She was getting kickbacks from all the small companies she was helping out, like
The
the
college of
laundromat.
manicurists and the burger joint.
Yeah, all these places, which that's actually kind of genius. If you...
Mhm. And there's a lot of people that get busted for that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
In
Herman,
walks Herman,
yep.
all
And
Elvised up.
who did he run into, Myke?
He ran into Miss Hummer, and she gave him a gift certificate for 3 lessons at the Acme School for Elvis impersonators.
It
It
was
life-changing.
it was a religious experience.
Yeah.
The kids
Oh,
scream
Herman.
for Grandpa as we freeze frame. This
Yeah.
episode was so different. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. Something is just so drastically different. I loved it so much, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely good, and I loved seeing the kids being able to act completely,
Mhm.
like, all over the place, basically. You know, it was nice. It was
And
nice.
you're seeing more of like a sibling bond between these cousins. It's really great.
Mhm.
Because a lot of season 1, they were kind of independent of each other. Season 2, they bickered a lot, but now we're finally getting like they're getting into mischief together. That's awesome.
Yeah. Maybe
Uh,
Grandpa should lock up his, time machine when he's not using it. Just
yeah, to visit Madonna. Why hasn't Eddie figured out he could do that yet? So
they're not even visiting Madonna, he's stalking Madonna.
in her apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved the fourth wall break, like just opening it like an educational children's thing. Like,
Yeah.
all right, children, this week.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this was so good. I love this
Very,
so
like,
much.
story of the week, which is kinda cool.
I love the future, the little touch of Grandpa missing his fangs. Oh,
But that means that Grandpa's in 15 years is just gonna be a pushover.
what are your final thoughts on it?
Oh, man, I loved it. It was fun, it was entertaining, it was different for sure from pretty much everything else we've watched this season, I wanna say.
Or the show at all?
Yeah, the show at all. A lot of different stuff. It kinda reminded me, because 'cause we're getting towards the end of the season, it reminded me of how in the original series, when you were getting towards the very end of the show, they were
Mhm.
just like, "You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go with anything we got."
The
Let's
sorority episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it definitely did not let me down. Yeah, it was good. I think
uh,
we needed that episode.
oh yeah, we did. That was great. Uh,
Yeah.
it probably didn't help that behind the scenes we took a little break because scheduling,
Yeah, it's
which
fine.
is the reason we're 2 weeks now. For now,
Right. But
but yeah,
no, it was definitely fun. Definitely able to dude, just like
the
yeah, Marilyn's
costumes.
costuming, everyone's costuming, especially for the future. I
Yeah,
think Eddie's is probably the weakest, but still
it's
not
just more
bad.
modern than anything, and his is mostly just his work uniform.
Yeah. And I love like the fact that, they did do the traditional Shazam kind of outfit on
Yes.
Herman, which is funny. I think Lily's is probably the best though for a futuristic costume.
Oh yeah.
So they definitely nailed it with her. And they gave her what color is her hair normal? Her hair is like black usually, right?
Usually, yeah. So she
So
dyed
they
it
gave
blonde.
her
They gave her a. They
it's a
gave more
redhead.
because yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely added color in the future, which
Yeah.
is interesting for the Munsters. Because the last time we saw color was when they were living in that hotel after the flood.
Yeah, like the Beverly Hills type thing.
Yeah, or it wasn't even a hotel; it was like a suite.
It was an apartment. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a condo that they had. Yeah. Yeah. I liked it.
Oh yeah.
So it was fun.
I,
Interesting. Good
I
story.
I'm
It
going to
was
be sad when Andrew Borokoff is done writing. I think he's got like one or two more, but
yeah.
every one of his episodes have been bangers.
It it was definitely it was definitely a good story. Like in the way of like it being entertaining but also having a message within it.
Mhm.
To the point where the entertainment wasn't overriding the message. I did like the whole grandpa fourth wall break thing. I
Mhm.
really that I found that cool. Maybe they were trying to set him up to have like his own like show later down the road.
Like an anthology thing,
Yeah, where he just tells different stories or something.
like
But
the Nightmare on Elm Street TV show.
yeah, or like Tales from the Crypt,
Yeah.
he's setting it up.
Or the Friday the
Because
13th TV show.
'Cause Al Lewis did that too back in the day. He had
Mhm.
set he played,
Yeah, what
uh
was it? The Saturday morning family hour or
y
something like that?
yeah, something like that, but he was like, grandpa
Yeah,
or
he's
just
the host.
yeah, but he wasn't Grandpa Munster because of copyright stuff, but he
Mm.
played it was basically the same freaking character.
You need to watch that one where my grandpa's a vampire with him.
Yeah,
I think that would be a fun thing to do maybe for our anniversary.
okay, yeah, alright, well, you got anything else to say on this episode?
It's so good. I enjoyed it so much. Like if you're gonna watch an episode, I think this is like the message. It's been a while before since we had a good message delivered, if
Mhm,
there is a message at all in some of these. This just hit every single button for me. Just boom, boom, boom.
right on. Alright. Well, next week, guys, we are talking. I did like speaking of the message.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the message, though, I did like the fact that they're trying to get people to realize that it's not a one way road all the time. Like
Mhm.
there's many options, different things like that. So don't go based off of one thing.
Yeah.
Like don't let one thing in your life define everything that you do forever. Like whether it's a test or trauma or any of that bull crap, don't let that define your entire life, which is really cool. So, anyways,
Yeah.
next time we show up, we are going to talk about what, Tivis?
Parenthood versus childhood. So this
Dun
is going to
dun
be
dun dun.
adults versus kids episodes, right?
Knowing this show, I'm wondering if it's going to be the parents
Get de-aged and the kids have to take care
versus
of them.
yeah.
Oh, that would make so much sense.
Yeah, I could see that. Like the adults become the children.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would make so much sense.
Although, how would Herman be a child? Because he was born
We
that
already
or
saw
made
him a
that way,
child.
which didn't make sense because he was made into a man.
Well, I believe we've had lines of they replaced body parts to make him age as he go, which means Frankenstein should people of
Continually, we're killing people.
several ages, which means he electrified a corpse of a child.
Many children
Yeah.
parts.
This show can get dark if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I look forward to talking with that, and that will be in July for everyone listening.
Awesome. Yes, definitely. Anything else to go on before we take off, man?
Uh, no, just once again, happy Independence Day to America.
Okay.
I don't know anything else going on because I'm a American educated person with no knowledge of the globe.
Yeah. All right, dude. All right, guys. Well, with that all said, we will catch y'all next time as we take another stroll down 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father. Or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.